All right, and then let's look at a story. Now, the South African Human Rights Commission has responded to a judgment that finds it was not empowered or authorized to exonerate EFF leader Julius Malema for comments he made about white people. The Gauteng High Court handed down the judgment on Friday, saying it was, in fact, the responsibility of the Equality Court to make such a judgment. In 2016, in KwaZulu Natal, Malema said to quote, "We are not calling for the slaughtering of white people, at least for now." The Human Rights Commission investigated the complaints and found that Malema's comments were not hate speech, but constituted robust political speech. Well, we're now joined by the Chairperson of the Human Rights Commission, Adv Bongani Majola. Advocate, thank you for being with us. Your response to this judgment that effectively said you shouldn't have made the finding at all.
Naturally, well, first of all, thank you very much for the opportunity to be on your channel. Naturally, of course, we have to study the judgment and see what it says and decide whether it accords with our own understanding of the law and the powers of the Commission. We're quite disappointed with the decision because I think that the implications of the judgment as it stands is that the South African Human Rights Commission is actually just a mere conduit, and that it cannot assist the South African people with the protection and promotion of their rights, in the sense that all it has to do is to refer things to the Equality Court, and we know that courts are clogged to the ceiling, and justice to those whose rights are violated are going to be delayed quite significantly if we are to adopt the interpretation that is given by the judge. But also, it begs the question why the Parliament gave in the Constitution and in the South African Human Rights Commission Act so much powers to the Commission if its sole job was simply just to receive, complaints, check whether there is prima facie merit in them, and then pass them on. This is going to change the way in which the Commission works, operates, the people that it employs, and so on, if it's to be the law of the country. Yeah. And the South African people are going to actually find that they've got to wait much longer for their rights to be protected. We are not the only ones who thought that the Commission has at least the power to decide whether a right has been violated. Even the AfriForum and the FW de Klerk Foundation were of the same view, that the Commission does have this authority to at least pronounce on whether or not a right has been violated. But as I said, this is subject to us, considering it. We're having a meeting early tomorrow morning to look at it.
So thank you. And you're right, this is huge. Effectively, the judge seems to suggest that you confused yourselves, believing you had the powers of a court, but only the court has those powers. Do you believe you might go to the courts to challenge?
Well, it is possible because of the huge implications of the decision. We may actually go to court. In fact, we already have a case that is before the SCA, in which another court in Mpumalanga had found more or less in the similar vein. We appealed, and the court said that there are prospects that a different court could find differently. And so that case is now waiting to be enrolled in the Supreme Court of Appeal.
A comment on what Judge Sutherland said. He said this case manifests a bizarre example of confusion and regrettably on the part of the SAHRC, ostensibly a dollop of hubris. So he's saying you not only made a mistake, but there was some arrogance behind that, really stepping out of your lane. Your response?
Well, that is his view, really. I wouldn't want to go to any argument about it. we have to be confident in the work that we do, and we were confident that what we had done was the correct way. We had consulted senior counsel, and we had got views that told us that the way we were going was the correct one. It wasn't a matter of hubris, as the judge says.
Very quickly, tell us about the initial decision that you did not believe Julius Malema was guilty of hate speech.
Well, I'm not sure what you would like me to say.
Just the reasoning behind that, your finding that exonerated him.
The reasoning was based on the analysis of Section 10 of PEPUDA, the equality law, together with the judgments of the Constitutional Court and High Courts that were in existence at the time. And we had come to that conclusion that there wasn't sufficient, evidence to actually make us believe that this amounted to hate speech. To us, it appeared as if it was largely part of the freedom of expression, but that it was done also in a political sense.
All right, thank you for that, and we'll follow if you do take any further action. That was the South African Human Rights Commission Chairperson, Adv Bongani Majola.